to succeed advancing his agenda. Here's Mark Penn. Now, this is the point that I made yesterday when I informed you that Congress has a slush fund. A slush fund of $17 million that exists to pay off women who make claims of sexual harassment or sexual abuse against a member of Congress. Your taxpayer dollars are in a slush fund from which those women are paid. 268 settlements so far. 268 members of Congress have already paid off women exactly as it is being said that Trump paid off Stormy Daniels. But whereas his is the greatest crime in American history, for members of Congress, it's just another day at the office. Here is Mark Penn. He was on with Tucker last night, who said, what I was struck by in all of this was how very close this seems to what the Congress has been doing for an awful long time, paying off accusers.
Ironically, in this return back to 1998 again, a little thing happened here that there are 268 settlements in Congress, many of them presumably done during the election period, that if this was a true precedent, we'd have to lock up scores of congressmen. Lock them up now. That actually was taxpayer money that they used for those settlements. But those settlements, if you follow the logic of this, would be campaign contributions, which was why the logic of this is broken.
I love it when we get confirmed by other media sources on this program. It's exactly the point that I made yesterday. And Tucker said, so you're saying that people on Capitol Hill who took taxpayer money to pay off sex accusers in election years and now saying that Trump's a felon for doing the same thing with his own money?
They're going to have a problem if they push impeachment and there was a settlement in their office that could have affected one of their elections, because they're going to be asked the question, did you or someone in your office cause a settlement to be entered into sometime in the year of your election? And are you a felon now if Donald Trump is a felon? I didn't like 98, and I don't like what's going on today for the very same reason that you can't remove presidents for these reasons.
He's talking about sex. In fact, we put together a montage. We'll go ahead and play a soundbite 6. We put together a montage. Media and Democrats. I don't think they have any idea what they've been doing over the past 4 days. They're arguing to impeach Donald Trump over sex. That's it. But we remember what they said back in 1998.
Lying about an extramarital affair does not rise to the level of high crimes and misdemeanors.
Violating a marital vow, it is not an impeachable offense.
The 4-year, $40 million investigation, which could only turn up a private consensual affair.
Impeachment was designed to rid this nation of traitors and tyrants, not attempts to cover up extramarital affairs.
Covering up a private sexual affair cannot compare to the Nixon precedent.
This is a Republican coup d'etat. Bill Clinton is guilty of certain indiscretions in his private life. However, he did not commit high crimes and misdemeanors.
The underlying issue is about sex. We have become the laughingstock of the entire world because a sexual scandal.
Perjury regarding sex is not a great and dangerous offense against the nation. It is not an impeachable offense.
That's Jerry Nadler, who's saying that it is an impeachable offense now that Trump did it. Here are the names. Chuck Schumer was the first name, voice you heard. Pelosi. Violating a marital vow is not an impeachable offense. Then Bob Menendez, John Conyers, Eleanor Holmes Norton, Maxine Waters, Jesse Jackson Jr., Ed Markey, and Jerry Nadler. Now compare, these people, all of them today are saying the exact opposite, that Trump paying off Stormy Daniels or having Cohen do, that's the biggest crime. That may be the most illegal campaign contribution ever. The election turned on it. Maybe the worst crime in the history of America. The histrionics are impossible to keep track of. And it's a shame that hypocrisy never attaches itself to these people, because they're making abject fools of themselves here. This is the poison of Trump hatred consumed them. Here is Colette in Oak. So we have all this polling data. We're being told here that the majority of Americans don't want a wall. Does anybody remember the polling data that a majority of Americans didn't want Obamacare? once we learned how much it was going to cost and how much it was going to deprive us. Does anybody remember the media caring that the American people opposed Obamacare? Does anybody remember that Jeremiah Wright said, Reverend Wright, said that Obama offered him $250,000 during the campaign to shut up? Reverend Wright said it. Obama, $250,000, $250,000 to shut up. Why is that not a campaign contribution? Why wasn't it? Well, we all know the answer. Obama's Steph Curry. Impossible to say stupid things, impossible to do wrong things, impossible to be an idiot. Or unethical. Okay, back here to Colette in